once it's cured off a little bit further, I'll pop out the masking, the liquid mask that's in the windows. That should make it nice and simple. Okay, so one of the next parts to do is around this centre section. There's a load of pearls that run around the bottom edge and onto the top here as well. You can obviously see that I've shaded some of the panels there just to give an idea of some detail. I'm going to go over that now with a few layers of pearl, but I'm going to freehand these. So just going to look at the references that I've got on the monitor at the moment and just, I don't know, try and make it up to look something like what I'm looking at. Hello, welcome back to a massive enterprise. I've put this together quickly. It's by no means finished, as you can probably tell, with all the wires sticking out of it and stuff. The saucer's not quite aligned because it's just fitted loosely so I can see what I need to do. I've had this in the workshop now for over a year, and I've had to take a few months off over the winter because it's just been too cold to be able to bring this in. It's a mixed media model. There's a very large metal armature on the inside of this, and that is going to suffer from expansion and contraction at different rates than all the resin parts that are glued to it. So I'm keeping this one nice and stable. That's the reason you've not seen it on the videos for a few months now. But it's time to start again. So I'm evaluating where I'm at because I haven't seen it for a few months. It's been under covers, sitting in the house, nice and tidy and clean. And now it's a question of what do I need to do to finish it off. So I'll give you a quick scan over the surface so you can see where we're at. and I'll point out a few little things that I'm going to be doing, but this is the beginning of the next onslaught on this monster of a job. There's over 3 months of painting in this, solid 3 months of painting so far, and there's still a bit to go. There's another layer of pearl that's got to go on a couple of little areas. I think I've got 6 inches to cover, 6 square inches to cover now. So it by no means is finished, but it's a long way through the paint process. So I hope you like it. Here's a few scans of what's going on. First of all, the saucer. We're pretty much there with the saucer now. Got the pearls on everywhere we need to go. It's looking nice and complex. It kind of shows off the scale of the thing. Looks really nice. On the bottom we've got the same thing going on. Looks very complicated, which is great. So this area at the top here is not matching perfectly because I've not clamped the assembly solid inside the body at the moment. This is just resting on there, so that's got to be done once I've finished all the red striping and the final details on this neck area. Then we can start to get to the really nitty-gritty details, which are going to be great. It's going to make this thing come alive. Main body, pearls are pretty much done. Just got to attack the gold banding now in this lower section. That's the next paint section to do. And a lot more small details to add to the strong back assembly at the top here. Pylons are pretty much done. Need to add the dark detailing in the recesses on the leading edge and trailing edge of those. There's some black banding to add to the top of the engines in this area here, diagonal, and a few more pearls to add to this engine just in this top area here. Then we finish off that. Got to add the blue sections to the rear here. Obviously loads of decals to go, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to actually airbrush all the Enterprise details and everything onto the surface. Not going to use any decals on this. Obviously the shuttle bay needs completely redoing. I've got the door to fit onto that. That's going to be painted and pearled and fitted into this little weird shaped area here. There's a few discrepancies on the piece that I've got for that, so I may remake that. I'm not sure. Everything is kind of working together so far. So the pearls are looking really good, to be fair. I like those. Once the weathering goes on top, they'll tone down a fraction, but we still want it super blingy, like I've always said through these videos. It's not your standard tiny little bit of pearls. This one is like full-on pearl psychopath mode. So we're looking pretty good. Area just underneath the root here to finish off. A couple more details to add, and then this pylon assembly has to be filled and finished around here once these wires are put inside. Phaser assembly, that all needs doing. But you can see now the thing is actually coming together quite nicely. Next video will be the pearls on the bottom section here, the rest of the strong backs, the details on here, the red lines, the details on the surface of this, all around the edges, a few panels to add to this as well, some lines and some details around this area, a couple more pearls on this side here I think, on the engines, the bit more pearl on the front section here. I've got to do the stencils for those, and then on the rear I've got to sort out the docking bay doors, and we are pretty much there. Loads of strong back details to go, obviously. They're a little bit lacking. But other than that, the back is broken and we're on the final push. Cheers guys, bye.